Laura and Jan, congratulations for making the final two.
Yeah.
I'm going to give each of you a chance to make an opening statement. The 9 jury members over here, who you each had a hand in voting out, are going to get a chance to ask you all questions or make a statement. Then you'll have a chance to make a final statement, and we'll go to the vote. The jury is going to decide who is the winner of Durham Warriors 2014, so you're going to be making a case as to why it should be you. Opening statement, Laura?
Well, honestly, being up here, I get nervous in front of the cameras and all that stuff, but I'll try to keep it together. But I think that both Jan and I have been playing the same game. He hooked up with Kobe, I hooked up with Andy, and we both tried to lay low. And at the very end, I mean, we both had to hope that Kobe wouldn't win immunity, and that's what happened. And I think that I battled pretty hard, obviously, and so did Jan. But just to be able to get that final immunity, and so yeah, I guess.
Nice job, Laura.
Jan, your opening statement?
Yeah, Laura, you're right. We did play a very similar game, but I think my game started very early. Maybe a lot of people didn't see that, but I was playing really hard, almost from the very beginning, and yeah, I made a couple of very bold moves, and I think you have to look at, you say who deserves to be or played hard, and yeah, only one of us can win, so.
Okay, jury, you're each going to have a chance to ask your questions, get any additional information that you need in order to make your decision. Brian, you're up first.
Hey guys. Is this
Hold on.
Oh boy. Testing.
Try it again.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. So first of all, congratulations. As we all know, it's super hard to be right there, and you both did great. My question is, you're both kind of seen as the number 2 of 2 power players who went out. What was your biggest strategic move to get here, and for Laura, not including voting out Kobe at the last tribal council?
Sure. Well, honestly, I think it's the very first thing that I did when I came in here. And when we pulled up on the boats, I was looking around trying to get a feel for, who's kind of giving me like a good vibe, who's kind of like making eye contact with me. And then when we got to shore or the beach or whatever, we walked up and then we just started to mingle with each other. And I connected with Andy, and then I just kind of kept that in the back of my head, and then just kind of kept looking around, trying to see if anyone's kind of making any connections, what's going on with everyone, and just really try to analyze everything and everyone. So as I was analyzing, I think that when we finally got our tribes, and I really had to pick between going with Jared, and going with Andy. And when I went with Andy, I knew that when I did that he was a strategic player. And then I tried to feel out if he was going to be loyal to me. And when we got to the merge, Andy had both of the idols, and I wanted to see if he would give it to me, and he did. So I knew that we were loyal to each other.
Same question for Jan?
Same question for me. Yeah.
When this whole game started, we were all over here, and I had a little bottle with a little message in it. And I think, by me basically staying loyal to my tribe, because I could have switched the message said that I could have switched to one of the other tribes within 30 seconds of the game, meaning I could have told somebody else, okay, you got to come over, I don't want to be in this tribe. But for me, that was never a question, so I stuck it out with the green tribe, although we were low, we got strong. And I think the big move was when I convinced Kobe that we should go with Laura. And probably, yeah, no offense to anybody.
All right, thank you guys.
Okay, Ronnie?
Good job, Laura. You look like you made a couple good decisions. Had a lot of pressure on you at one time. You look like you had, was about to buckle and didn't know what to do. So you made some good decisions to get where you are. So you did a good job doing that. But you used the stolen hidden immunity to get here, or did you get it honest?
Wait, sorry, can you say that?
Did you use the stolen hidden immunity idol to get here, or did you get it off of your box?
Oh, Andy got it. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Yeah, Andy got it off of the box, and then we had two together since I knew he was going to be loyal. So, I had to hope that he was going to be loyal at that point, and yes, we used it together. Is that your question?
Jan, same thing for you. You did what you had to do to get here. But explain to us what the survivors sitting over here and the fans sitting out there would be able to recognize about your game when you walk out of here. You look like you kind of held on and you got your coattail to a certain point.
Well, that's what I was trying to explain. No, I did not coattail at all. As a matter of fact, Kobe could explain that, because there was a couple of situations where actually I talked to Kobe and to Ian. I think we should go that way, and we did that. Same with Laura. That was me. That was me, because it was really just me. I made that decision. I could have gone the other way, but yeah.
Becca?
All right, guys. Congrats for making it where you are. Laura, I'm really proud of you. Tried to sway you every way I could. I have a couple questions for you. I guess just one. So when I was trying to make my spiel, when I was making my exit, I knew the biggest play for you and Andy to keep your alliance was to vote Kobe off. So it was either Kobe or me. And if you voted Kobe off, you two would have had an immunity 1. You would have been 2 in the middle, and the teams would have been split 3-3. So no matter what, the next challenge, whatever green, white, or orange got immunity, you were in control of the game. I'm wondering why you didn't go for that.
Well, honestly, I just wanted to feel everybody out, and I did not at any point, Andy and I, did we feel that we could trust anyone on the orange team, and we always thought that we were pawns. So we wanted to work with the green team as much as we could, because those were the people that we thought we could trust.
And why did you pull the immunity when you did?
Because I thought that there was going to be a blind side on Indy.
And then Jan, would love you to defend why you didn't jump at the last minute, I guess. What?
You mean when you and I had a good talk?
Yeah.
I really felt that the loyalty that we had in our tribe, and the connection that we had, it was just my best option, and I really went with my inside on that, truly.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Fair enough.
Clark?
Good job, guys. That was awesome. And thank you for everyone for coming. It was a great time. And I just want to say that I came out from California, and my biggest motivation was the charity that the proceeds go towards. My father passed away just a couple years ago, as he was a Vietnam vet, and I just could be more thankful to participate in this. And thank you all to all the volunteers, and thanks for everyone for coming. So. Now to you two. Jan, now this guy, he's gonna play in like the next Batman sequel as like the evil character. I mean, his voice is ridiculously good.
It's Penguin.
It's awesome.
The next Penguin.
Yeah. So I just want to know, did you have an alliance with Kobe before you came into this game? Because you talked about maybe, not making that move, switching tribes early on, but is that because you knew this guy and you were just goo over him, or?
I mean, I knew I didn't talk to Kobe before this game because I left the US 6 years ago. So we didn't know, we had no, as a matter of fact, I had no idea that any of the cast members were coming. I know they had some cast members on last year, but that doesn't mean that, so no, and actually in the very beginning of the game, me and Kobe actually didn't talk a whole lot when we were, the first night. So no, not at all. It actually progressed on. As a matter of fact, the whole green tribe really grew. I mean, that really, it's really true. I mean, we really pulled it together there at the end. I mean, the one immunity challenge that we won, that was back there with the rope. I mean, that was incredible. So that's, yeah.
Good thing you won that one. Go Orange. Laura, so I think, I like the fact that you were taking it all in when you were canoeing. I know that we had a nice little conversation by the fire talking about travels and whatnot, and just wondering, you and I had tried to make eye to eye and at least communicate, but it seemed like you weren't having any. Is that because you just felt like I was untrustworthy, or?
Well, I just wasn't sure if what your profession was actually your profession. Just didn't seem like that's what it was. That's just what the vibe that I got from you.
Wow.
Is that really your profession?
I'm a male stripper.
No.
He's Superman.
Don't. No, actually, I'm a. Well, do you even care? It's no big deal. Congratulations.
No, I do care. Are you really?
Don't. You're not supposed to say anything.
Are you really an app designer?
Yes, I am. Yeah. I'm a founder of a technology company. We develop apps for the real estate industry, so that's true. Good job, guys. Good job, and thank you.
Andy?
Good job, Laura.
I don't think that my vote's going to be any surprise. But the one thing that I have been telling these guys a little bit, we had a lot of late night conversations, you and I, Laura, and those were the things that they're not privy to. I just want to give you the opportunity to convince them and tell them that it was a shared relationship, that the blindsides early on and our maneuvering back and forth in the mid-game, that it wasn't me and that you were following, but that you talked me down from some ledges and guided me away from some bad decisions. So, floor is yours. Explain to them what you did.
Thank you, Andy. When we were thinking and strategizing at the beginning of the game, definitely when we would go off to the side and talk to each other, I think not just as much, but he was nervous about making certain decisions, and especially when we voted out Jared, because Jared, he, from the very beginning, was going to be a threat. He's super smart, he is super strong, and he is super likable. And so I went up to Andy right away and I told him, Andy, we have to vote Jared out. We have to. Because if we were to hopefully get numbers with the white team, with our original team, then we didn't think that we could trust Jared, and we didn't think that that was someone that we could manipulate, because he's just way too smart. And so we needed to take who we thought we could be honest and true with. And so it came from the very first vote with Jared, and then going on forward through that, every decision that we made, I'm not sure if you'll believe this or not, but it's true. Every decision that we made, we were talking about it together. And I'm sorry.
Thank you, and good luck. Great game, both of you.
Matt?
Congratulations, both of you guys. Jan, I want to start off, I got 2 questions. One, if you would have won the last immunity challenge, who would you have brought to the final 2 with you? Okay, good answer.
Laura.
And what was your strategy, you know, being a huge super fan, coming over from Switzerland, I know you know the game, what was your strategy coming into the game? Because we all have a strategy of some sort when coming into a game like this.
In the very beginning, I really tried to have an open mind. I didn't want to set my strategies to any certain point because you really had to see which people you're playing with and what characters the people are and which role, you know, in which position you're going to be, and then adapt from there. I think in this game it's sometimes dangerous to make, you know, say, okay, this is my strategy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick to this. So I think you have to adapt as the game goes along.
Right on. And I'm on the fence between both you guys. So Laura, you played a great game. You were the last one standing, which, you know, is a huge feat to overcome. So tell me why you should win this game over Jan.
I think that I could win this game over Jan because sorry.
That's
I think
okay.
that I could win this game or should win this game over Jan because at every single moment I was thinking and strategizing and trying to think about every possible scenario. And that's why I get nervous and the camera's going out. But is that my mind is just always racing and trying to figure out who is someone that you can trust and who is someone that you can hopefully lead towards you and with you. And I think that, and then at the very end, winning the only, one of the most, if not the most important challenge that, yeah.
Right on. Thank you. Well, hey, congrats to both you guys.
Steve?
Hey guys, congratulations to both of you. I don't really know what to ask you. I feel like a lot of these questions have already been kind of clear to me. I think you both played great under the radar type games, and that's not saying anything bad. I think that's a strategy that people use, and it's a legitimate one. And I think to me, I feel like it was a smart decision if that's the way your games played out. You both were adaptable. And the one thing I will ask, I guess, is if you can explain to me, like what I believe a winner should have is some sort of defining moment or a moment that shapes the game for them. Can you explain to me your defining moment or the move that you feel shaped the game for you and shaped the game for the rest of us?
Same question for both?
Yes. Cool.
It's on.
Oh, am I supposed to say standing up? I sat down.
I think that the game really changed for me when, I mean, you, Steve, you were very physical, and I felt you were very strong, and Ian, he won all those immunities, so I felt like that I had to make that move and really, because I felt like I was in a much better position then, and I think that was a big game changer for me. I mean, that was the one.
I think voting out Jared and then aligning with the most loyal person.
Ian?
It's that age catching up, you son.
Congratulations. You've earned it. I'm happy for you guys. Jan, my first question is to you. You had said earlier that you were very loyal, and you brought that up in your opening statement. yet you're not sitting beside someone with a green shirt. Well, I guess you are. But you're sitting beside someone with a white. So tell me how you can be loyal while sitting. You had the choice between a green and a white, and you still went with white.
Yeah, when I was said in the opening statement that was loyal, I mean, we talked about it once. We said if we make final 6, also, you know, that I mean, you know, when before we all merged, we said, oh, this would be great if we even make the merge. So I felt like we really, you know, I came through there and I sticked with the tribe and all that. But we also knew at one point it had to change, and I felt like just had a better chance their way.
Fair enough. Thank you. Laura. I think you did great. I think you were an underestimated player. I think that you have made yourself, you know, known as a strategic player. I don't think you've been riding a coattail. I have seen you beyond, and I think that everyone should take that into consideration, because she has not been just sitting back and letting things happen. She has been taking the reins, and she won the final immunity challenge. She is not a weak player, so thank you. Congratulations.
Good job, Laura.
Toby?
Hey. So just like in Real Survivor, when I looked across at Katie and Tom, I told them I had enough out of their mouths, so I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm just going to let you know how I'm going to vote. Because as all these people know, I looked them in the eye and I said, I'm going to play this game with my gut. So I'm going to ask my gut who deserves to win. Good game.
Thank you, jury. I'm going to give both of you a chance for a brief final statement, and then we're going to go to the vote.
Whatever your decision is, I think that the jury can make the best decision. And you all have played. You played with both of us. And so honestly, I think that you can easily judge who played the best game.
Yeah, just think back at all the good moments that we had. I mean, we really had some very good moments together. And yeah, we did. And I appreciate all your votes. Thank you.
Okay, with that, it's time to vote. Brian, you're up. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jan. Second vote, Laura. One vote Jan, one vote Laura. Third vote, Jan. Laura. 2 votes Jan, 2 votes Laura. Laura. 3 votes Laura. Laura. 4 votes Laura, 2 votes Jan. Winner of Durham Warriors Challenge 2014, Laura.
As many of you know, this year it's the second year, and we have doubled the prize. The Bronxton now has a $2 bill, and it's with great pride that I present this to you, Laura. Congratulations.